I feel like it's not supposed to be doing the sound like this for this long. Alright, armor, heal, speed. The air temperature drops a few degrees. Okay, I got regen on Muck, that's huge. Oh god. I made it worse. We summoned a demon. Yay, more actually, the demon just hit the stone sentinel, but screamed at us, so it... And he just shot the demon with his 129 damage. Okay, well, that ended up helping more than hurting, I guess.
Trust me, I shall not fail.
My plan was to have Kibula go up and around and once again try to go for the Psyker. However, she got caught by the Sentinel and she can't get away until we take care of that. Okay, he's done. He's doing that to move him.
The shadows killing brings me no pleasure. I am your blade and shield. A tribute to the undying
Okay, she
Emperor.
takes care of those three. Solomorn's turn. If he shoots that way, his dog is gonna die.
Understood.
Gonna save overcharge for Muck to use it.
Accepted. I'll take it as a priority. Understood.
And he's done. Alright, bait again on Muck. That's doing great so far, although I'm worried about... I think these guys are bombed. Yeah, tissue explosion. One thing that's BS is it says adjacent creatures, but earlier on my previous attempt, Cassie was down here and zapped a guy up here and then she just died. I still don't know what caused that one. Like, I understand the tissue explosion thing now. I understand this guy's zapping us from a distance. That, though, I've not found an explanation. Can't reach him with the bird either. Oh, wait. Hold on. This attack will hit. Okay. I don't know what that red line is. AoE shot there. That live bait is doing really good. Overcharge. Alright, so we got the dog back up. So, Mug's goal right now is just stay alive.
Let's see.
Jesus.
Schemes within schemes.
I knew they'd swing at me. I didn't expect that many hits to land.
What if the shores of oblivion yawn?
I am confused. That got... Alright, I'm reevaluating my knowledge of this. When you use Protect on a person, the dog runs to that person and hits things adjacent to that person. However, what I believe happened is the dog ran over, and the only monster adjacent to me was this guy. I did that on purpose. However, when the dog did its attack, it also hit these two. When it hit that one, that guy exploded. So I believe the dog runs over adjacent to the person, then the dog attacks everything adjacent to itself. Which is not what I thought was going to happen. Alright, this is probably going to blow up the dog, but I want to detonate this guy away from me. I don't know why that guy died. Again, the tissue explosion, it reads that it will hit things adjacent to it. But it's got at least a 2-tile range. Okay.
Let's see.
If he doesn't block and stuff next turn, he's going to be in trouble.
I won't go down easy. Let's see to it.
Alright, heal on Muck.
I won't object.
Armor
to
buff. Ace. Ah!
Deliver us!
He just knocked Pascal down. Not ideal.
I won't object.
Please, Lord Captain!
Oh my god! Alright, he just knocked Echo down. And Echo has a bug, as far as I could tell, where anytime Echo gets knocked down, he no longer functions properly like the rest of the fight, even after he gets back
Everyone, step aside.
up. So that's great. Nice! I got behind cover, but it doesn't matter. 102 damage, he's dead.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
He can't use reactivate. Well, that ruins what I was about to do with him.
A genius at work.
Me.
Okay, get rid of one of those, reducing this guy's damage and stuff.
If I may. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I will leave footprints of scarlet, trust me. As on caught by the web,
Beautiful hit.
I count. The other
Okay,
side
she
awaits.
finally got a turn. Alright. So, the buff beams on Bluff are no longer there. So the statues are still alive. But the buff beams are no longer in effect.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Oh, Pascal's still alive. He's just been on his butt for a while, so he's taking hits right now.
A wicked thought. What if? A wicked thought.
I hit one of them.
Let's see.
What's going on? So it's like anytime I do an action, the boss is doing something. He uses at gunpoint. The last creature that dealt damage to Bluff, the Stone Sentinels, or Tavris becomes Bluff's priority target. If that creature is unconscious, a random enemy becomes his priority target. Got it, okay. So is he now aimed at me or the dog? He's aimed at me. He figured it out? Yeah, I guess I figured it out. So Pascal is up. Finest hour on Pascal.
Paint your death in colors.
Blinding strike. Obstruct vision. He can't shoot, I guess because of the screamer in his face. Knock it away. That was 95% chance to hit. And he missed! Okay, the screamer is gone. Bait on Mukluk again.
Isn't try to die with grace, at least.
Okay. Alright, killed the boss, the statues died. Is there any more nobles? There has to be. Who am I in combat with? Bottom right. Down here. Okay, so the people with bombs are still bombs.
I'm another foe painted black.
Again, yeah, see, that guy was 3 tiles away. So that text that says that the tissue explosion hits adjacent, that's not correct. It's 2 to 3 tiles minimum. In the ensuing silence, a gurgling snicker becomes clearly audible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see our guest is 2 alive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the gutting, start the fun. The ugly shambles that is Roaldo's face dissolves into a semblance of a smile. Cease your inane mutterings. You may open your mouth when you are asked a question, and your answer had better be honest and to the point, or I swear by the Lex I will make you speak, or rather whatever remains of you after I finish preparing you for interrogation. Are there any other victims of your ritual? That survived? No, and I didn't count the dead. The ritual is a complex one to perform, so it took Tavros and me a long time to calibrate it. And you were the one it worked on. To think of all the possibilities that opened up, using the Altar of Change, I could have worked my way up to a Lord of Terra. What are you talking about? The very suggestion! The Proctor's voice resounds with fury. His steely fingers dig into Glyto's collar. You sick degenerate! That's the most emotion he's ever shown. As my father used to say, if you've come a long way, keep going. I'm a dead man as it is, so I might as well dream a little. Thessatium. What are its properties? This wretched little world held nothing worthy of attention save for Thessatium. When I started having dreams about it, about changing bodies, I thought I was going insane, and I shared this with my sculptor, the now late Tavrisk. He helped me to understand the essence of the mineral. Experiments and studies followed, mostly carried out by Tavrisk. I don't have his gift, but oh, the things I could do if I were a sorcerer. In the end, he realized the Sertium was a potent psi focus. After 1,000 cursed attempts and a combination of powers, energies, and sacrificial victims, Tavarisk managed to create his finest sculpture from it, the Altar of Change. A magnificent artifact, a door to eternity. No more limitations imposed by our mortal bodies. No ailments, no injuries. If your flesh is worn, just swap it for new flesh. Don't you like your lot in life? Choose from 1,000 others. No longer just a dream, but its most perfect realization. Immortality in stone. What was the point of that whole masquerade with the fake governor? A governor attracts too much attention, and I wanted my hands to stay untied, so I offered my court fool a fair bargain. He would become me, ruling the planet, living the good life, getting whatever he wanted, while I would be out there flying toward the stars. We traded faces, clothes, and lives, and because I had gotten the local nobles into the habit of sewing other people's mugs on their heads, the switch went unnoticed. But the switch was only the first part of the deal. Naturally, I didn't mention the second part, the removal of witnesses. If someone is going to turn against you the moment there's a knife at his beloved sister's throat, you can't afford to keep him alive. Rualdo casts a hateful glance at Maev's direction. I want to talk about your plan. What was your goal here, Rualdo? The plan was simple and elegant. The Sarah starts underpaying its tithe, the Arbites swallow the bait and send their messengers here. That's when I spring my trap. I change into the body of an arbitrator or proctor who lands here, pack up the altar, board the Arbites ship, and wave goodbye to this ball of dirt swinging in the void. A rogue trader would have been even better, but greed has a way of spoiling a good game of regicide. The plan has not changed, Vil Rualdo. The Undying One has whispered your name, and the execution of his will is nigh. Of course, this game has involved one key piece, the embodiment of freedom of choice, my magnificent altar. So much accumulated potential from years of experimentation. It is damaged, but it still beckons, waiting to be used. Rualdo looks at you in the eye with a caustic smile. I advise you to keep it safe. Who knows how many thousands of lives it will claim if something happens to it, unleashing all that power. There's a heretical option, but can't take it. I have learned all I needed to know. You may execute the heretic, Solomon. Since you're done, Solomon points his weapon. Rualdo, you have committed unthinkable heresy, and I refuse to acknowledge you as a human being or read your verdict as befitting a criminal. You are a stain on Thorcera's history, and it is time to wipe you from it. Although he executes the governor quickly, you see a fleeting expression of absolute disgust, perhaps even hatred, pass over the proctor's face. I thought he was going to torture him for information. Maiev opens her eyes and immediately jumps to her feet at the sight of the bloody corpse. She clenches her hands on her chest and her eyes well up. That was not your brother, Maiev. The young woman nods meekly and a single tear runs down her cheek. Her voice is hollow when she speaks. You're right. He was the one who doomed him. Find anything, Solomon? Yes, the data slate with the shipment chronicle that they spent so much time vainly searching for. According to the records, the tithe period is one of Terran decade, and the quota prescribed is 1,000 cargo units. The governor withheld 100 units from each of the 5 most recent shipments. That means this world has no actual difficulty regularly supplying its tribute. We can consider that matter settled. Deciding what to do with the Thesertium is far more important. It is a resource we cannot afford to ignore. Solomon looks you straight in the eye. I propose destroying all the Thesertium already mined, as well as its deposits. Allowing an abomination like that to exist is against the Lex. As for assessing the degree of Thesera's corruption and deciding its fate, the law prescribes leaving this to the judgment of the world's owners, that is, the Administratum. Agreed. Anything even remotely connected to the heresy that was committed here must be destroyed down to the last fragment and to the last participant. Okay, hold on. So I've got 2 dogmatic options. I want to read these. You can declare exterminatus on the planet and kill the whole planet. Alright, so Heinrichs wants to just nuke the planet. Solomon says just destroy all the evil rock. Alright, I'll try Solomon. Let us do it your way, Solomon. If that is the solution the Lex Imperialis demands, then I fully concur. Thank you, Rogue Trader. That is the right choice. Dogmatic plus 15. Maiev looks up at you pleadingly. My celestial lord, what am I to do now? And not a sliver of remorse, just fear for her own skin. Do not be swayed by a criminal's tears. I have seen plenty of those, and they are worth nothing. Or I should say not worth more than a bullet. Wow. Figure it out yourself. Killer. You're gonna be lobotomized and turned into a servitor. You're coming with me. Thessera needs a new governor, one we can trust. What can you do? Servitor? What? Dude, we were in this lady saved my life. When we were in the cage, she knocked that guy out of the way and made me body swap with her instead of him. That saved us. We would have died there if not for her actions. So I feel like some degree of lenience here. Let's try this. Thessera needs a new governor that we can trust. Please not me, anyone but me. Who would listen to a court upstart who used to be a chamber pot maid? Maiev blushes profusely as she realizes she said too much. Relax, you will serve whatever governor I appoint from among people whose loyalty I can trust, and you will report their every movement to me. As you wish, my celestial lord. Then Thessera's fate is decided, and there's no point in staying here any longer. The heretic mentioned destroying the altar would risk deaths among the local population. Whether he was lying or trying to manipulate us is irrelevant. The abomination must be destroyed. As for any casualties, the Emperor will know his own. He says, let God sort him out. He's like, shoot the nuclear rock. Let God sort him out. As you approach the damaged altar, you feel an unpleasant weakness. You hear a faint ringing in your ears as if the smooth surface of the stone is groaning from the wounds it has suffered. Dogmatic. The sacred fire of my ship's orbital cannons will raise the palace to the ground before this cursed artifact can corrupt another soul. As you look up to the altar, the ringing in your ears intensifies for a moment. Rupturing your eardrums, the altar roars threatening, promising to take thousands more with it, but you are already deaf to its pitiful threats. You are interrupted by an anxious voice from the Vox. Lord Captain, do you read? The shuttle pilot reported the rescue operation. Enforcers on the way. What is your status? Are you alive? Come in. I am alive, Vigdis. Prepare to depart. Copy, Lord Captain. A moment of ringing silence, and then 1,000 shards pierce your mind. A familiar voice coils around your thoughts, drowning them out. Are you leaving without even conversing with me, child? Without even asking yourself how much a vivid soul managed to remain intact after wandering in the darkness's embrace and donning another's guise. Such rare luck for a mortal. Oh god. I mean, this whole thing is Zinchi. Is this Zinchi? In the icy silence, you are struck with a series of incredibly lifelike recollections. You are not alone, and you never were. It was always there, in your shadow, in the blood, inside you. Yes, Muck. This luck... Yes, Mukluk, this luck is named the Edge of Daybreak. Had it not been for my sleepless gaze, your mind would have long since joined the mournful host of those who are no more. It was I who kept it whole and unharmed, for I could not allow such a radiant destiny to fall to some absurdity. But at times I do wonder, is it worthy of my protection? Dogmatic. You are nothing but a worm in the shadow of the Golden Throne. Reveal yourself to me, and let us fight. Or is hiding like a coward in the back of a person's thoughts all you are capable of doing? There it is. The ingratitude and obliviousness of the insects that call themselves humanity. I am no corporeal body that can be slain, child. All of time belongs to me, as does every thread in the tapestry of destinies. I need but touch one of them. You feel a sharp pain and a trickle of blood runs down your temple. A taste of grim solemnity permeates the silence of your unseen interlocutor. But I am generous. I give my chosen children time to understand. +1 dogmatic. And their time is so fleeting. The echo of the entity's voice lingers for a while like the sound of distant thunder. Alright, loot.
My nerves are frayed.
That was a rough room. That was a very rough room. Let's tap quick save. Real quick. What's that? Heavy maul. If the wielder has a shield equipped, whenever they hit the target with this maul, they immediately make a shield bash against the target. If it hits, the target must pass a toughness resistance test with a +20 or become stunned. So you hit with the mace, the maul, I guess, and then you do a shield bash at the same time. That's pretty neat. Skull on a stick. The clear lines of the heretical symbols elicit a vague desire to touch them. No, don't touch them.
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed.
Cruel Fate, two-handed
They
ranged
all
weapon.
will see.
75% more over penetration. Yeah, that gun freaking hurt. Circles have been scrawled over whole stacks of scrolls. Each circle resembles the one daubed on the floor, but none replicate it exactly. So, experiments. Goods, some cargo.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Lore warp.
I...
As you approach the
beg your
shards, the
pardon.
monster's structure make a barely audible ringing sound. Okay. Alright, let's look at the level ups. Okay, Overseer. Overcharge. Whenever the familiar becomes the target of an enemy's attack, the Overseer has their damage dealt increased by 2%. Whenever the Overseer uses Overcharge, their familiar gains 30 to key characteristics for 1 round. The next round, the bonuses will become plus 10 and last till the end of combat. Let's do Overcharge too. Alright, her. All allies in the area also gain dodge and armor. This is OI 20. Oh, I never really used this. Choose one combat area. Every ally inside it gains an extra turn. I guess that. Alright, Cabela. Carnival of Misery. Remind me what that one does? Till the end of combat, all damage dealt to enemies by damage returns increased by 100%. Ah, that's right. All enemies in combat immediately suffer bleeding, burning, and toxin. Wow. Just dot the whole map? Whenever it's used, all enemies suffer damage returns to additional instance of damage. Let's do that. All enemies in combat get dotted. Alright, Pascal. Let's see. Overcharge. Cyber Eagle heals to full. Next Overseer, 3 abilities cost 1 AP less. Until the end of combat, the obstructed enemy's attacks in the direction of Cyber Eagle that hit. That enemies' allies score critical hits. Okay. Whenever the Overseer uses their archetype ability. Again, I don't know. What is Overseer? Or what? Sorry, Overseer. What is the archetype ability? Is this it? Like, are these archetype abilities? What is an archetype ability? That's a heroic act. I'm assuming these are the archetype abilities. So, tooltip's a little vague on that one. Overcharge. What if it becomes a target of... let's see, what does Overcharge do again? Cyber Raven heals to full. Till the end of combat, you can relay attacking psychic powers through the Raven. Solomorn. He gets traits of some sort. Oh, I need to get this on Muck. The protected ally ignores attacks of opportunity. So during that one moment where he was surrounded and moved out of it, and like 5 people swung at him and almost killed him, this would have made that not happen.